Good morning and welcome to this special live broadcast. I'm Idris Matu. Today we dive into one of Uganda's fastest growing opportunities in agribusiness, and that is fish farming. If you love fish, this is the dialogue for you. Now, this industry not only provides food security for Ugandans, but also employment opportunities and export potential. And in studio, I'm joined by experts from the Heus Uganda, part of Royal de Heus, a global leader in animal nutrition with over 100 years of experience. They are here to talk about an exciting initiative, and that is the Fish Farming Mentorship Program, a 12-month hands-on journey designed to equip farmers and entrepreneurs with technical and business skills to thrive in aquaculture. You could be part of the conversation by simply going to our social media platforms, look for NTV Uganda, and tell us your experience with fish. If you are a potential entrepreneur, what has your journey been like? This is the time for you. But in studio, I want to introduce our guests, and I'll start with my far right. Ivo, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, thank you very much.
Tell us about yourself and what do you do at the Heus?
So my name is Ivo, I'm the commercial manager, which means that of course we take care of our customers, we do the sales, but because we have a company with a long-term goal, it's not just about doing sales, it's also building relationships with customers and help more people get into the business, and of course support our current customers technically as well.
All right, perfect. The lady, the only lady we have today, Miss Betty Namlondo. Betty, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us about yourself and what do you do at the Heus?
My name is Betty Namlondo, as mentioned earlier, and I'm the Aquaculture Project Officer, the Heus Uganda. With the Project Officer, I deal with fish farming projects that come around. We don't end on offering feeds to farmers, but we also have to equip them with the knowledge. Not only farmers, but people who want to join the fish farming enterprise, the business. Yeah. So I deal with projects around that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're the big woman in the company.
No.
Well, we shall come to you for the money. And next to me is Ivan Subway.
Yep.
Mr. Subway,
yes.
Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Tell us about yourself and what do you do at the Heus?
Well, Ivan Subway is my name, and I'm a sales rep at the Heus Uganda, and I also help a lot in the technical wing, so I'm happy to interact with the nation and the country at large through the waves of NTV.
Yeah. All right, and before we start our conversation, I want to ask all of you, do you like eating fish?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ivo, I'll start with you. Briefly, share the story behind the Heus Uganda. How did your journey begin in the country and what motivated your investment into the aquaculture sector?
Sure, so the Heus is a family-owned company based in the head office based in the Netherlands. And although the company is more than 100 years old in Uganda, we're active about 8 years by now. Yeah. We started coming here under our export brand, Kujis. So most people still know us under that name. However, we just finalized the construction of a new aquafeed factory in Uganda. So since a few months we now sell locally produced feeds right here in Uganda. They're produced in Jinja. And the reason why we see so much potential is that of course East Africa has one of the largest freshwater reserves. And what's important for us is that Ugandans love eating fish.
We do.
They love it. We know the lakes, there's not much more catch coming from there. Well, we have a fast growing population, so we see the demand is growing quite quickly. So we saw the opportunity to help customers here grow fish for local population, so get nutritious protein there, and then we can support them with high quality feed and technical support to help them achieve that.
All right, so apart from the feeds, what are the core activities of the Heus in Uganda? Apart from providing feeds, because you mentioned you produce feeds for different sectors in the agriculture business, what are the other core activities of the Heus Uganda?
Of the Heus Uganda. So the Heus Uganda now only does the fish feeds. We are building a livestock factory.
Exclusively?
as the Heus Uganda, Coogie's is still selling imported feeds for other livestock. We are building another factory for livestock in Uganda, so then also we produce more feeds here. So the core activities of the Heus Uganda is producing feed, but as we said, we want to support customers. So all our commercial staff has had technical training. Most of them even worked on farms like Ivan, which means that it's an ongoing relationship with farms. So they can not just call us to get feed, but also if they have an issue at the farm, we help them to make sure they become successful.
All right. Miss Betty, I'll come to you. For anyone out there in Uganda or the world who does not know what fish farming is, could you simply explain what fish farming is and what does that entail if I'm a young entrepreneur looking to enter into that sector?
Thank you, moderator. With fish farming, I will refer to other projects.
Yes.
Just like poultry, it entails the chicken, generally the birds. So with fish, we deal with different species, more so in Uganda, since we have fresh waters, we do farm tilapia commonly known as ngege. Then we do farm also catfish, commonly known as emale, and then the mirror cap. But commonly in Uganda we are dealing with ngege and then the male. Yes. So anyone there will ask, where do I farm this from? Yeah, we have the cages. You've seen facilities on the waters of Lake Victoria. So those are cages. We also have the ponds, ebidiba, and then some tanks. And then to other technologies, there is the RAS.
The RAS?
The Recirculating Aquaculture Systems.
What does that look like?
These are systems with recirculating water. Like water does not flow out, it just keeps on rotating around. So it's from one system to another, but it is treated. Yeah, so that's basically fish farming.
For a young individual who probably is not familiar with fish farming per se, because so many Ugandans, when we are growing up, we expect to simply go fish farm or fish out of the water. Am I making sense to you?
Out of the water?
So when we grow up, we are used to simply get fish out of the water bodies, the natural waters that we have, like Lake Victoria, the rivers. We do not necessarily understand or have the concept of farming fish. So how does that look like for someone probably who doesn't have an access to a water body like Lake Victoria? I mean, my home, small home, let's say in Karamoja, can I practice fish farming?
Yeah, if you have the swamp around you, you can practice fish farming. That's where the ponds come in from. And then the tanks, people pump water to the tanks. With tanks, we have the plastic tanks, we have the concrete tanks. You can construct a concrete tank around your home. So if you're not around the Lake Victoria, the River Nile, you have those alternatives, the ponds.
That is how the future will look like. For now, we see that our successful customers, they farm near water bodies. They use water sources to fill ponds, and they use cages, and that's where the sector right now aims at.
Okay. Ms. Betty, how long has fish farming been in practice here in the country?
It started years back.
Years back?
Yeah. Though to several people it's a new venture.
Indeed, that's exactly what I'm saying, that it's bizarre for us. When you're growing up, you expect to simply go fish out of this water body like a lake, a river, but farming fish is a totally new concept. So that's why I'm very curious about how that industry has grown over the years, and probably what is the common practices in rearing fish as a business or as a substantial way of probably earning some little money.
Within Uganda, actually, it isn't a new sector. It is sounding like a new sector to you, but it has been in existence. Though several people outside there have not gotten the knowledge about it. So as the Heus we are saying, people can get awareness about this. People like the poultry sector, people can also do farm the fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Mr. Sawi,
Yes.
let us talk about why fish farming matters.
Yeah, well, you can see from the demographics in our country that the population is really growing so fast, and we are putting too much pressure on the water bodies that are existing. So why fish farming? We still need the protein in form of fish. So the only alternative we have to cover up the huge demand is by us ourselves farming fish. So we still have fish in the societies. My colleagues have earlier talked about the ponds, the cages, the tanks, all these facilities that we use to farm fish, so we keep the fish in existence, so to say. Yeah.
Was fish dying out? Was
No,
that a
of course-
threat?
No, of course it is a very big threat, because when you see in the imports, the exports we have, fish is among the biggest, second to coffee, right? So that means if we are putting too much pressure on the water bodies we have, and there's no more fish coming out, just like you said, you used to go and get fish from the water bodies. If in 2 or 3 years' time, you now go and throw a hook or a net and you don't get fish, that means you have to get fish from somewhere else. And that's where aquaculture comes in to cover up the gap. You understand? Yeah, that's why we are basically promoting this kind of business, so we can still have fish in the community.
So as a young entrepreneur, maybe a businessman who's looking to invest in fish farming, what are some of the opportunities that are there that I can actually explore and probably earn a little bit of something for myself?
Well, that's a very good question, and thank you for it. When you look through the entire business, straight away from inputs, for us we are now covering up the feeds inputs, because that has been the biggest barrier, and that's why you see the sector has really not even grown as it should have grown maybe a year or 2 years back. Not until we've come up with a factory, we've tackled the very biggest challenge that now you're going to see it even coming to a boom. But there are also other opportunities, like other inputs like nets, cages. You can export the fish itself. Even the fish has value addition. You can add value on the fish itself. When we are selling this fish mostly from these farms in bulk, we use ice. That ice has to be bought from somewhere. So all those are different sectors where a youth who is entrepreneurial can join in and as well benefit from this kind of venture.
When you say inputs, you've talked about cages, nets. Are those feeds part of that stage that I'm looking at right there?
Exactly. In fish farming, this is the very biggest input you need. Actually, it covers almost 60% of the entire production cycle. So without feeds, you can't make a successful business. You understand? But just like you asked, apart from feeds, where else can someone else chip in and also make advantage? For us, we are doing the feeds. Someone else can go and sell the fish. Another person can even, because the fish has to be bought from a hatchery, another person can even go and put up a hatchery and sell the fry, or what we call the baby fish. Another person can go and venture into the ice, their boats, their engines, their nets. I mean, it's a very huge sector. That's why we are putting in so much emphasis at the moment, so that maybe in 5 or 10 years' time to come, yes, we may have pioneered the legacy, but very many people there will have their lives change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ivo, I'll come to you. The Heus has over 100 years of experience in fish farming and the practice. In other markets, like, for example, the Dutch market, what are some of the untapped opportunities that we as a Ugandan market are yet to explore under fish farming?
Under fish farming?
Yes.
So there's a lot to be done there, but what doesn't happen now yet is the export to Europe. It's something that the sector is trying to achieve, but it's not happening. I really hope in the coming years we can help with legislation and hopefully make it on the costing as well, to make sure that happens. To see if also fish produced in East Africa can be transported to the European Union.
Okay, so fish farming, the core concept of fish farming is growing the fish, right?
Yeah.
Especially, what are some of the key factors that influence fish growth, especially around genetics, health management, and feed quality?
So to farm fish well and to farm it profitably, it's a whole package.
Yeah.
That means we have to make sure the genetics are in order, so you have the right fish to farm it. Of course, the feed must be a good quality feed to make sure the fish grows well and it remains affordable. And the water, like we talked a bit about before, you mentioned like where do I find a place to farm fish, which is a challenge. Like people need to do a lot of research and studies before knowing that they have the right spot to farm fish and actually can make money on that spot. So it's not something you can do everywhere in the country, but on very specific sites you can be very successful.
Okay, Miss Betty, I want to bring you into this conversation now. Talk of genetics, talk of the right feeds. How do I tell what is the right? Because you mentioned earlier we have a Malay, we have tilapia, a few of those species that we probably farm here in Uganda. Then how do I tell that this is the right genetic probably species that I need to farm as a fish farmer?
In Uganda, we basically have different places, I'll call them hatcheries, where farmers can get these species of fish. Like you'll not get the species of fish everywhere, like the right fingerlings to use while stocking your production systems. So in Uganda we have different places. We have Rock Springs in Tororo. It has a name in producing the right ngege.
Okay.
Yes, the small fish. If I talk of fingerlings, several will not understand it.
Yes.
Besides Rock Springs, there are other hatcheries around Uganda. So the right genetics depends on the growth of the fish, the size. So when you're going outside there to source the fingerlings, look at how is the appearance, like on the outside view, how is it? Is it having wounds? How do wounds come about? They must have been handled poorly. So when you're looking out for such fingerlings or for such young fish, please look out at such things, because if you bring them to your production systems, they'll become a problem to you. They must not be diseased.
Indeed.
Yes. So in most cases, as we people, we want cheaper things, but I have come to notice in the long run that the more cheaper the things are, the more expensive they become in the long run. So go for that thing that is a little expensive but of good quality. If I'm to talk about the feeds, just like in humans, when a baby is being born, you don't start off with feeding them with posho, like those big hard foods. So it is the same thing with the fish. Fish has different stages of growth. So as it is still young, it has that feed that is meant for it. It is in form of powder. And not every powder is feed. So that's why as the Heus we are here to tell you that we have the best quality feed. So as fish keeps on growing, it has different stages. From powder we go to crumble. It is not powder, it is not pellet, so it is just there. So in the middle. So from the powder to crumble and then to the pellets. So the pellets have different sizes. We have the 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter, just like as the fish keeps on growing.
Indeed. Well, for you who is at home, are you only eating chips and fish, or do you want to actually start farming the fish itself? Go to our social media platforms and you should be able to experience and share your story about farming fish or your experience about eating fish. What kind of fish do you enjoy and what the Heus can do for you as a young entrepreneur. Now, right about now, I want us to get into the Heus Fish Farming Mentorship Program, one of the most comprehensive aquaculture training initiatives in the country. Now, Mr. Ivo, tell us what inspired this program and what is it designed to achieve?
So what we see now, of course, is there's a big opportunity in fish farming. We have affordable, high-quality feed right here in the country, which means that we want to support customers. Well, the current customers we already know, and we have tight relationships with them, but for us and for a lot of people, we want them to tap into the potential as well. So what we see in our customer base is that fish farming, it's a difficult thing to do. Like let's be honest, it requires a lot of technical knowledge, a lot of insights, and it requires a bit of skill. Like it's often you have to be a little bit big to be able to get your money out of it. So what we want to do is we select people that have that potential to invest and to dedicate that time to make a successful company, and we guide them to the process. So we select people where we think they can make it, and we help them. We give them a lot of time. We give them supervision. We come to their farm. We give them trainings to make sure they have everything what they need to become successful in fish farming.
How long? It's a 12-month program, I understand. But during that program, apart from training them, what are some other detailed trainings that you offer? For example, you've mentioned about the investment cost that you're looking for people who have probably a bigger financial basket.
Yeah.
What is the ceiling to that?
The ceiling, there's not a tight number that we're looking at, because we want to help people that are still making their plans. So we're looking for two types of people. We look for people that already have a farm, but they're looking for some help to take it to the next level. And we're looking for people that already maybe have experience in other businesses, and they are looking to make a new venture and tap into this potential. So that means they might not have a clear budget in mind, but we can help based on, of course, factors that matter. If their plan can be successful, and if not, we can help them to make it so that they can be profitable.
Miss Betty.
Yes.
Eva is talking about the Heus helping and assisting an upcoming fish farmer to achieve their goals. What does that help look like?
Besides, in most cases we have the theories. So as this mentorship comes in, we are offering hands-on practices. Like, what do I mean by the hands-on practices? If I want to handle fish, how can I handle fish? We shall train you on how to do that. If I want to know how can I set up my pond, we shall do that. So it is not like any other thing that you'll just bump into it. I'm talking for the side of the entrepreneurs, business people who are not yet in this fish farming thing. So with hands-on, it is the practices in the sector of fish farming. Besides that, we shall also offer expert guidance. You have a challenge, my fish are dying, so we come in to guide on that.
Can I come in?
Seb, yes.
Yeah. Well, to add on my colleague's submissions, if I said we've not been here for just a day or two a year, and for all the time we've been on ground, we go through very many farmers, and quite often we see challenges they are experiencing, and from these challenges is where we also derive solutions for them. So when you asked Betty that question, it's more like we want, because we see a gap in the clientele base we have. Those who are already existing and we are moving along with them, they are thriving. Those who are on their own, they are really having a lot of issues, because there are those customers who you go and, I mean, they won't buy your idea there and then, but we see they are struggling. Now, all these two categories represent very many people out there. That's where we come in with the mentorship program. We don't just want to give them the feed and end at that, but we also want to empower those who want to grow in case they are already in the business, and also we want to teach those who want to join the business and they have the finances, they have the facilities, so that they can also jump in and do this as a business. I think that's the submission I had about that.
Okay, all right. So at the moment, we are going to take a short break, but we shall be right back to talk about what are some of the qualifications that probably I need to enter this program, and if there is any. Well, for you who is watching, stick around, go to our social media platforms to be part of this conversation and share your experience or your journey or your hope for entering the fish farming business. We shall be right back. Do not move away. Welcome back to this live broadcast on fish farming. I'm here with a few experts from the Heus, Uganda, and that is Ivo Vandale, Sabwe Ivan, and Betty Namulondo. We are talking about fish farming and the opportunities that are there for you as a young entrepreneur, as a homestead. You could actually venture into this fish farming business, enter the industry, enter the sector, and make a little bit of earning that probably you didn't have in 2025. Before the break, we were talking about who can apply and the 12-month mentorship program from fish farming that is done by the Heus. Ivo, I want to come to you. Are there specific qualifications or experience required for someone to apply for this 12-month program?
Yes, we're looking for two types of people.
Yeah.
One group is people that are already active in fish farming. So then we look for either already technical training or experience in the field. Both of them can work for us as long as they have a little bit experience, have already a set business and want to increase that. Mm-hmm. The other group of people that we're looking for, funny enough, they don't have either of them. But they have experience in other businesses in Uganda. They know what it takes to set up a company, they know what it's to run a company, and we're just helping them to do the technical parts here.
So what is the first step for me to enter the program? So what do I have to do?
So you can come to our website, and there is a link where you can send a resume and application letter to. Give us as many details as possible, because it's not one solution for everything where we can have a border if we accept or we don't accept. Yeah. Explain your situation, explain the knowledge that you have, explain maybe the business plan you already have, and then we can see how we can help to make that a success. And
I do all this via the website?
Yes, you can go to the website, theheus.ug. There's a link, and they can all the steps for the application is in there.
Mm-hmm. Miss Betty.
Yes.
In Uganda, people are very scared when you talk about websites.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like, I'm a farmer, I'm non-technical savvy. Is there any other avenue for me to apply?
Actually, the only avenues that we have, it is what you guys talked about. Yeah. But we have also the hard copies of the posters and the brochures, which may be hard for one to get who is far away. On that brochure or the posters, they do have a link where you can just tap in. You click to it and it takes you, but actually it is the only way. It's the only way?
Yes. So for the farmers who don't have access to internet,
they can get help from friends. For that
from friends?
Sure.
Okay,
yes.
All right. So I'll come to you. Why should a farmer or an entrepreneur join this program really? What are the benefits?
Well,
what am I gaining out of this?
Thank you. Before I come to your question, maybe I want to add on Betty's submission on how can someone enroll into this program. Ivo told you we've also existed under different brands, and we have Cow Days and Kafika in different areas. We have shops all over the country. So someone who is not a .com kind of person, we have you can go to Kafika shops. They are also us. Tell them your concern. They will, of course, directly
they can help you
and send you to us, so we can as well help you out.
So these offices, are they only in Kampala, or are they spread
everywhere?
out?
We have shops all over. We have over 200 shops all over the country. So all that is to extend our services to the population. Yeah, so feel free, in case you don't have access to internet, but you really need our services, you go to a Kafika shop, walk in, explain yourself, they automatically bring you to us, and we can
Cowardice and Kafika shops.
Yes.
Located near you. Remember that.
True.
Wherever you are in the country, those offices are spread out. Now, Sabu.
Yes.
Again, my question was, what is the benefit? Why should I enter this program?
Nice. Of course, the benefits are limitless, because we are treating this as a business. You understand? And quite often, people have lost a lot of money when they invest into areas which they don't understand very well. So that's why we are coming up with a mentorship program. Ivo earlier on talked about fish farming not being easy. You know, it is fish, fish is in water. You don't see fish just like you see chicken, which is on ground. So really there is that technical expertise that you need before you can join the project and before you can really get successful. You can't say we gave it a tenure of 6 months, because in 6 months, of 12 months,
yes.
because in 6 months, which is half that time, we expect you to already harvest and get back some money. You understand? Yeah. So you get motivated, you see how the business runs, you put your records set, so that at least in the next 6 months when we are with you, we believe that you've really understood, you've grasped the nitty-gritties of how the venture is made to run, and that way, if you also become a teacher to other people, well and good, but the advantages are really limitless. And two, Betty talked about hatcheries. We've had a very big issue with people getting fish that's not really fish.
Yeah.
You know, in tilapia especially, we have various species, and because hatcheries are also one of the lucrative businesses, people go and get fish from whatever streams they find and sell them to people to go and farm. Yeah. So when you come and join our mentorship program, we are going to connect you to the right licensed hatcheries. We are going to teach you what type of fish you made to farm. Is it monosex? Is it duosex? You know, we are going to teach you the best practices when it comes to fish farming, because we have a huge team, I myself and other people, Ivo himself, Betty and other people behind us. People will come from Netherlands to come on your farm to give you an on-farm approach, so that in your fish farming journey, we make sure it is successful, and because we know when you're successful, we're also successful. So it's more of a win-win situation. Yeah.
Miss Betty,
yes.
What other aspects, apart from teaching me how to farm the fish, what other aspects are you training me in? Are you giving me financial knowledge? Are you giving me management skills?
Yeah.
During the 1 year training?
Okay, we shall be having the management practices. How can you run a farm? On the side of management, in most cases our fish are dying, or people are failing to earn a living from the business, yeah, because of several issues. So we talked of one factor that affects fish growth, that is water quality. So in the long term, we shall train you on how to manage your water, like which is the right or which is the correct water, the quality water that you're meant to utilize. How are the factors? We have oxygen that favors fish. Okay, fish requires oxygen, but not any parameter or any range of oxygen is favorable to fish growth. So people need to know this.
Explain that. I'm curious.
You're
so you said parameter of oxygen, but from a layman's point of view, oxygen is in water. So wouldn't any water suffice?
No. With tilapia, I'll talk of tilapia, the new tilapia that we all know, engege. Tilapia thrives well from the ranges of 3 milligrams per liter. And if oxygen goes below that, you'll always find your fish surfacing on top.
What could cause that?
What could cause that?
The lowering of oxygen in
you fed your fish. You fed your fish, and okay, you used a wrong feed, and the feed wasn't consumed. Okay. So such feed deteriorates the water quality. So you find that the feed that is meant to be eaten by the fish wasn't eaten. So it deteriorates with the water. Also, you may be sourcing the water from a bad source. It may be coming from a source where
it's contaminated.
It is contaminated, yes.
Or other.
Yeah. Also, you may be farming the fish in a pond. Let's say a pond that you're not exchanging the water. So you need all this knowledge that in a certain time period you need to exchange this water. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe to add on what Betty has just talked about, before you put up your farm in a given place, there are some procedures we follow. So we see if your site is really suitable or unsuitable for fish farming to be done in that area. Yeah. For example, for those who are doing fish farming on the lake, It's not that every part of the lake you have to go and put a cage and you're going to have your project run successfully. No, there are studies we make which we call the environment impact assessment studies, and from these reports they can clearly show that the site you've chosen is either fit or unfit for fish to live in that area. Because not even when you see the lake is so big, it's not that in every area there is fish in the lake.
True.
No, if you've gone to a landing site, those fishermen have local wisdom. They know where to go and cast their nets and have the fish, right? So there are stability studies we do before you put either your ponds or your cages somewhere to do fish farming.
This is blowing my mind, because so many people might think it's simply catching fish, drop it in water, and that's done.
That's why they need the mentorship program.
I know.
That's why we're here.
Ivo, if I'm looking at the 12-month program of training, if you were to give me a snapshot of what I'm learning, could you break it down in phases? The 1 year that I'm going to spend with the Heus.
Yeah, sure. So there's a couple components, but we will have each month a classroom session for all members of the mentorship going together. That's when we go to the basics. So 1 month will be water quality, what Betty just mentioned, genetics, as you mentioned yourself. It will be feed and feeding strategies. How do I feed my fish? How do I don't overfeed? So I have the oxygen issue. So we first treat the technical things. After that, we go a bit step deeper, then we go deeper. Then we go see about how do I collect data, what data do I collect, and most importantly, how do I analyze it? How do I get control on my own farm to make sure I can take the right decisions and become profitable? And then lastly, we will add the management parts that Betty described. We go a bit into finance, and we go other management strategies that belong basically to any business. That's the classroom session, but we also have independent sessions. So people like Ivan have technical experience, they have seen a lot of farms, they will come to the farm, and then it will be a bit more open, so we can see really what does someone need on that site. So it's not set now, because we want to act upon the needs of that specific farm at that time, so really tailor make it for someone.
And that's the 1 year period of time that I am with you, and it's a hands-on kind of training that gives the potential entrepreneur a space to experiment, ask questions that they need to ask. But Ivo, again, I'll ask you, after the training, what are the follow-ups? What are the trainings that you're offering me? What are the opportunities that I could get from the Heus after the 1 year period is done? Are you going to leave me and walk away, or are you staying with me?
No, if we're walking away, then we failed. Our goal for the mentorship program is to create new customers for us and new farms for Uganda. So after the program, our goal is to make them big enough that people don't have to go to shops anymore, but they can buy directly from our warehouse, which means you're a direct customer from the Heus Uganda, which means that people like Ivan still come to the farm, we still have a relationship with them, we still help them. But our goal is, of course, that you're a good business by that time. So you don't maybe need all the classroom lessons because you already had it. But of course, we still come to the farm, we still help people. But the goal is that the company is already successful by then.
Miss Betty.
Yes.
The follow-up is one thing that kills business relationships, kills ventures that entrepreneurs kind of step into. Furthermore, what are you giving me as an entrepreneur who has been with the Heus, apart from what Ivo has already mentioned?
We shall be carrying out visits, just like he said. Actually, what Eva talked about, at the end of the 12 months, we shall be having a graduation to celebrate your success.
Of course.
Yes.
That's expected.
Yeah, so it is not it won't be a matter of us training you, equipping you with, bombarding you with all the knowledge, and we just leave you there. So we shall be carrying out follow-ups. They may be virtual based on what you would prefer. Because some people would be far away that you need me today, and I may fail. I would be sincere, I may fail, but a call away can be of hope.
Miss Betty, you've talked about graduation.
Yes.
After the 1 year training, am I a certified fish farmer?
It will depend. Actually, It is like, well, at school. Not everyone that goes at school graduates.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So after the 1 year, you could actually tell the entrepreneur that, no, you failed, you can't go on.
Okay, since we say that we train, you implement.
Yeah.
So it will depend.
So it's up to you.
Yes.
So there is nothing like a certification that I'm getting from the Heus?
A certification?
Yeah, because you know, sometimes these trainings provide you with the certification of maybe whatever aspect of fish farming is, and probably someone who's watching could be expecting that. So is that something they shouldn't expect?
Not really.
Not really.
Well, you see, it's not our very first time doing this kind of sessions. Just like you've all told, you've been here for 8 years in the country, putting our services closer to the Mutua Wansi, you know. And through, even as we speak now, there is already a team in Holland that was taken by us and the Kingdom of the Netherlands to go and also have such sessions. However, we don't have fish in Holland. We can only do that here in our country. You understand?
There's no fish in Holland?
No, as in fish farming, like, like fish farming. It's not that we are going to get people and take them, because when they are there, all they see is poultry and dairy and piggery, like other things, and they've become successful. So I'm coming down to answer your question. You know, how is a follow-up going to be like? When we have people equipped and empowered, and they become successful farmers, because we are in the feeds business, we are also expanding our clientele base. So it's more of a win-win situation.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah.
So it's not a certification, it's not, you're not going to school, viewers. When you enter in the 12th program, it's a skilling opportunity for you to understand how fish farming works. Yeah? And the opportunities are immense. You make your own money. It's employment opportunities, export potential to export fish to Holland probably, and have a good living. The biggest question, Sabwe, I'll come to you is,
yes, please.
Is the program free?
Absolutely free of charge.
Do I have to pay anything?
No, you don't need a single coin. It's free of charge. Everything has been catered for by us.
By you?
Yeah.
And when you mean catering, what are you catering for that I don't need to worry about? Because Ivo said they are looking for farmers who are already doing it, and also farmers who are looking to enter the business, right?
Yeah.
So what is the financial investment expected from me as someone who's joining the program?
What we need most is your dedication, your time, your passion, and we'll start with that. Then we go into the program. Otherwise, the rest has been talked about by, actually even yourself, you just re-echoed the same points.
Yeah.
So all you need is your dedication.
Your dedication.
Yeah.
Ivo, every program is addressing a problem. What is the biggest problem the 12-month program is addressing for Ugandans?
This is to show the potential for fish farming. You started very nicely yourself, saying, I don't know anything about fish farming. I thought I was throwing fish.
I should join.
But we see potential in fish farming. We also see it's difficult. We're not going to lie. It's a technical business. It's a business that requires investment, and it requires a lot of time and passion. So we are here to solve the issue, to show Ugandans the potential of farming and to show them how to do it. So we have more fish farmers in Uganda. So the certification you talked about, we can give people certification, but we want people to be proud of their own business and build that business, so they become our partners and our customers, and that's the end goal for us.
Miss Betty, you've interacted with some of these entrepreneurs, potential entrepreneurs and fish farmers. What are some of the biggest problems they have?
Most of them are management issues. Yeah. My fish is sick, how can I go about it? My water is like this, how can I do it? My fish are not eating, so it is the practical bit of it mainly. And
that's what you're giving through the one-year program?
Yes.
It's a big commitment to have. But as we summarize our conversation today, I want to come to you, Mr. Sawe.
Yes.
What is one practical tip for those already running ponds, cages, but struggling to scale up? What tip can you give them?
Just one like this?
Even more!
No, it's up. I can only give one, if that's what you wish for.
No. We have time. We have time. Yes.
And the good thing is that the one I'm going to give is what is where they put their money, and this is the feed. So the only practical tip I can give them for now, please use the right feed. We are here to serve you, we are here to serve the nation, and our plans for the country and the region as well are so big and enormous. So please make use of our services, because we have the very best premium products you need to make sure you become a successful fish farmer. So use the right feed is the tip I can give them for now.
The right feed. And where can I get this feed from?
We have, just like I told you earlier on, that you can get it from us. We have a warehouse, that's for the bulk buyers, but we as well have shops through Kafika Animal Feeds. You can go.
Kafika is spelled?
K-A-F-F-I-K-A. Animal Feeds. These are our sole distributors for now, and we have been with them for all the years we've been here. So whenever you see the logo of Kafika, it is us. That is for 10 bags, 20 bags, you know. Yeah, you can go to Kafika shops, you're going to find our products there. For the bulk buyers, you can come direct to us. We are going to work on you, and yeah, you can have our services.
All right, and that is going to the website www.theheus.ug.
Well, we are going to share our contacts if you the right time comes in. We are going to share our contacts, but I mean, we are everywhere. It's not that we are hidden. We are everywhere.
You just look for the Heus, the Heus, the Heus.
Exactly, the Heus. I mean, Cow Days, Kafika, that is us. It's the same family. It's the same unit. Yeah. Yeah, okay. But we'll share our contacts.
All right, so that's the one tip that Ivan has given you. Use the right feed from Cow Days, from Kafika, and the Heus. Miss Betty,
yes,
as a woman, an encouragement to the women and youth who are looking to enter the fish farming business?
To women outside there, I will say we can make it. Besides the gentlemen or the males involving themselves in this, I've seen women doing it. What I've always heard, what a man can do, a woman can
That's
also
better?
Yes. If you have your resources, we can together invest in fish farming. Yeah.
Are women more encouraged to do fish farming than men, you think?
I think males are more encouraged.
More encouraged?
Yes.
All right. Ivo, what's your final word to Ugandan farmers interested in aquaculture?
Come to us. Like, it's not just for the feed, the product that we offer, but we have to help. We have the knowledge, to help you and to become successful. So don't be afraid to reach out. Even if you have an idea, if you just want to get some background information, we're here to help. You don't even need to buy our feed yet. Just come and we can talk and help each other.
And how do they get hold of you? Because this is the time to share some contact information, website, and every nitty-gritty that needs to be shared. Miss Betty? Or I come to Ivan. You're the sales rep. Please.
All eyes on me. You know?
All eyes on you. How do we contact you? How do we get hold of you? What are the phone numbers? What is the system like?
What a privilege. Well, one, you can get on our website. That's www.theheus.ug. www.theheus.ug. There you have a lot of information. Then two, you can come to Kafika shops. Any shop that's near you, please get there. You'll have our services. Then I'm also going to share my personal contact, but also I request Betty to share the contact for the desk office.
Yes.
Yeah. So my personal contact is 0755 25 52 86. I'll repeat, 0755 25 52 86. That's for those who are on Airtel. Now for those who are on MTN, it's you just change the code anyway. It's 0781 25 52 86. You call on those numbers, you have me directly and you have the company represented. But I'm also going to ask Betty to share the contacts for the mentorship program.
Of course, Betty.
Yep.
The mentorship program, that's why we're here. How do we get hold of you?
Just like my colleague has talked about it, I'll also repeat the website. we just heard about it, www.theheus. Several people will be like, the spelling of the Heus, it is DEHEUS.UG, and for the number it is 0766 14 6060. I will repeat it, 0766 14 6060. Yeah, you have any inquiries about the mentorship program, feeds, please reach us on those contacts.
And this is the front desk.
Yes.
Okay. Ivo, how do we get hold of you?
The website is the best place.
The website.
Yeah.
If I feel like
Definitely. No, you see, if you have the contacts that we've shared,
of course, definitely.
you have all of us.
I joke. Yeah. Gentlemen and lady, thank you so much for being here. The conversation has been insightful. It has given me actually an interest in fish farming, because before it's all about going to a restaurant and ordering some fish, eat, and you move on. But understanding the work that needs to be done to actually get the fish from the water to the plate is quite important. But I'll give you an opportunity, 30 seconds. Any last word, Ivo?
Is that, like, for us it's important that we just get a good insight in what the plans are. So we're gonna select people, be honest about that. It's completely free of charge. We're gonna select. That means we don't have a clear format on a boundary on where we select people. So when you go to our website, when you make your application, please give your whole plan, give your background, and then we can see how we can help and have the best way possible to select you and to become successful together.
Miss Betty, your last word.
You talked of how the people who don't know how to do it, like don't have network. Please go to people whom you trust. Yeah, people outside there with their phones, with their cafes. So reach out to anyone for any help you need to apply. Do not fail to apply just because you don't have a smartphone, just because you don't have the network. Yeah, reach out to people who can be of help to you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Ivan.
Yes, please.
Your last word, please.
Yeah, well, our fish eating habits are really demanding. They are so wanting. We don't want our farmers to get successful into learning how to grow fish and they lose market. So our dear viewers, how is it if you also start eating fish the way you ought to eat fish? FAO recommends about 20 kilograms of fish per year. And apparently, we are doing about 2 or 3 kilograms of fish, which is way underdosing ourselves.
Indeed.
So, my appeal to viewers is, please, embrace this product. Fish has very many advantages in your body. It has omega-3 fatty acids that are good for your skin, good for your brains, good for your energy. So, in as much as we are putting in so much emphasis into raising the fish to the plate, we also want you to put in emphasis into feeding this animal. Yeah, those are my last words. Please embrace eating fish so we all have, how can I say, a balance?
A balanced life.
Exactly.
And fish is good for weight.
Of course.
Did you know that?
Good to know.
Gentlemen and lady, thank you so much for today. That has been Mr. Ivo Vanderlei, Mr. Sawe Ivan, and Miss Betty Namalondo for sharing such valuable insights. And for you who has been watching the program all here, thank you so much. Go to our social media platforms, look out for NTV Uganda, and share your insights, share your questions. If you still have some queries, you could be able to recap on this dialogue on our YouTube channel or our website. Go to www.ntv.co.ug and you shall be able to watch this interview and dialogue from the start to the end. Remember, Fish Farming Mentorship Program, 12 months, that is a year of your commitment to learn how to farm fish, get employment opportunities, food security, and also export potential for yourself, for your family, and for the country. Go to the website www.theheus.ug, and the Heus is spelled D-E-H-E-U-S for more information. This is an opportunity that is invaluable. One thing I forgot to ask, when do the applications close? Are they open?
So by the end of this month, so try to apply quick, and then we can get back to you.
All right, so you had it right here. I'm Idris Matu Segawa. Don't forget to apply. You have October by the end of this month. So hurry up. The website, www.theheus.ug. Thank you so much and catch you next time.